What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee, and I am back with another video. So I thought this was an interesting sort of compilation to share with you guys. I titled this video "Delusional Women Don't Take Life Seriously" because once again, I think a lot of women in particular don't see what's most important, and they move accordingly. And I think it's important to point that out so that they can understand what's most important and change the way they do things, because it can only benefit you. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of women are in denial about what's important and what they want. Everybody just want a quick fix to things and want somebody else to help them with it. And I think because of what we're seeing in the economy and just life in general and how things are going, especially for single women, I think there definitely has to be a mentality shift, and we have to start looking at things a bit differently if you want a better outcome. But I want to go ahead and play this video. Y'all definitely chime in. Let me know your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you like the content, share and like the video and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
You will fumble a good man trying to compete with him instead of cheering him on and supporting him. It shows you're insecure, as if you're afraid of him outgrowing you, when you need to be focused on growing with him and learning from him.
If you don't want the woman with her titties out, don't with her. What I mean, fam, is this a woman out there who present herself in such a way that you'll be attracted off the rip. Like, you'll see her and be like, okay, that's the one. Not, man, if she closed her blouse up just a little bit and maybe stopped wearing heels in the club, even though I'm in the club looking at her and I'm attracted and it's the reason I'm about to shoot my shot. All I'm saying is, fellas, we got to stop being goofy, because often, like, we let the lady say, oh, you can't change no man, you can't raise no man. You can't change none of these neither. You're not insecure for asking a woman who be having her titties out to put them up. You goofy. You asking women who been in the club every weekend for the past 4 years to be something different. That's a little dumb, don't you think? Whole time it's women who be at the crib, who be at who be at the fabric store, covered up, still just as conservative as you want, but you don't be there, Nick.
Oh, you know what? He ain't lying. He ain't lying. And look, accountability goes both ways. I think there are some men who expect women to just change, and they're not. They are who they are. You can't clean her up and turn her into what your idea of a woman should be. Either accept them for who they are, or try to find a woman who fits most of what you want out of a woman. You're gonna have to compromise. And a lot of people don't want to do that. This is why a lot of folks are single, men and women, because you have to compromise. This is why I say find a person who has the majority of the things that you want, and you have to compromise on the rest. Now, what you compromise once again, that's on you to determine. Nobody else can determine that for you. But this is why I say, listen, you can't change folks. You gotta go after the person who has the qualities that already possess the qualities that you want. A person who already has the things that you want, because you can't create the ideal person in my mind. You can't create a man or a woman to be specifically everything that you want them to be. That's where problems start. Let's continue.
Matter of fact, while she had the crib covered up, yo, still fitting to be in the club. Quit playing. I get that, like, the ladies got their things, they got their gripes, they got their that they be up with, whatever, what have you, but we not tight enough to call them on certain, you feel me? We got to check the predatory thinking and ways within our circles before we start talking about how women dress, G. Because it's way too many of us that look at women as objects regardless of what the they got on. And you don't check that with your man, but you want to check a woman, you feel me?
So the question is, why are there so many single people who are not interested in dating? And ladies, we got these men shook because all they hear is how much money they should be spending on these dates. So look, if you got a $300 minimum that you feel like a man should be spending on a date, and a man take out 2 women in 1 week with that same mentality, that's $600 that he spent on dates with women that he don't even know that he like yet. And understand that a rich man will spend the money because he'll spend as much as necessary to get what it is that he wants from you, because he got it. So our focus should be, is he a protector? Is he a provider? How does he treat his kids? How do he treat his mama? It's so many other things that we could be focused on. Now, there is a caveat. Men, if you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Let's just start there. Women, same thing. If you broke, you shouldn't be dating. Get your life together first. So if you built a lifestyle and you are able to afford a lifestyle of your own, I am not saying go get you a man and find you a man who is broke, but the focus should not be how much he can spend on dates. The focus should be everything that has to do everything with his personality and how he treats you. What y'all think about that?
I agree.
What would you want the minimum yearly income to be for your future husband?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I said 1 billion.
Okay.
That's not trolling. I'm being dead serious.
That's the minimum yearly income for your future husband.
That'd be pretty sweet, wouldn't it?
That seems reasonable.
I don't understand why I'm getting all the heat for the trolling. I'm a little bit lost. Like, you asked me a question, I gave you an answer. You're saying I like how you think better. 2 billion.
Now 5 billion.
5 billion a year, yes. It's not really fair to say that I'm trolling, right? Because then we're going to go around later, around the table. It's going to be like, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And if we say 10, like, oh, you're delusional. You asked us a question and we're answering. So I just don't think it's really fair that you're coming at me saying that I'm trolling.
I just don't believe you. I just think that you're not telling the truth, that your minimum requirement is $1 billion. For instance, have you ever actually dated a billionaire?
I choose not to answer that question.
So the answer is no. And so now we have evidence that there's a good chance that you're probably not telling us the truth.
Of course she's not telling the truth. This is the delusional aspect. This is why I say a lot of these women do not take life seriously, because they're living in this delusional play la la land. Everything is a joke. Everything is hee hee ha ha. And then when the ish start hitting the fan, they want to cry and complain and all of these other things, but you don't take life seriously. You don't. It's like dealing with children. They're not really, you're an adult when it comes to your age, but your mentality is like a child. It's just the stupidest thing ever, but child, let's continue.
That's your minimum. Yeah, if your history, for instance, is not dating billionaires, right?
Just really be thinking beauty means something. You can be a 10 in the face and a 3 in your spirit. You ever notice that beauty is only skin deep? Yeah, you're beautiful as hell to the eye. But being around you, bitch, you're draining. You're stale. You have no personality, no character. You talking IG captions. Like, a lot of these don't understand that. That's why a don't mind popping out with a girl that's less attractive than the girl he used to deal with, but she's more attractive spiritually. Yeah. A can go around that bitch, get ideas from the bitch. A nigga can go around that bitch and be happy. You call a nigga, he looking at your name like, oh, this. And you think because you a 10, a nigga supposed to answer the bitch with some enthusiasm because you got a pretty face. Your spirit is ugly. You ugly bitch. Like, this shit be making me mad because I really think her beauty gets her somewhere after 25. After 25, you got to start dialing down on some of them requirements and standards just because of your beauty. Because if you ain't got some substantial shit that the world presents to you and gives to you while you're trying to get out here and actively date, a nigga gonna be like, you just a cute ass bum. That don't mean shit, you stupid bitch.
Dang, I wasn't ready for that, but he's right. He's right. You may not like the way he's saying it, but he's telling the truth. Yeah, you can only rely on how your looks, but it only goes so far. And these women are starting to realize that, you know, and they don't idolize us anymore. And I know I look good. No, it's not about that. These men realize that they want more. And I think until women start realizing their true power and realizing, you know, what it really is, they're going to be stuck. They're going to be stuck. And they're not gonna like it. We already see them crashing out and complaining about how men are moving already. And so it's just, you know, you're gonna have to start relying on more than your looks and your body, because that's getting played out and those looks do fade. And as you get older, you realize that, and you thinking you're still a 10 and you're the best thing since sliced bread, and nobody's approaching you, and they're single for 5 and 10 and 15 years because nobody's approaching you. Now you really starting to realize, wait a minute, something's different. I don't know what it is, but I'm not getting the same responses as I did when I was 25. Well, that's because reality is sinking in, and you're going to have to accept it or change something. You can't go up in your expectations as you get older. You're going to have to start dwindling some things down and being more realistic in your approach if you want to actually get something in life that you want, because you can't rely on that BBL and that makeup and that face for too long. I'm just saying, it's just what it is. It's a part of life. Let's continue.
And I knew what was going on because the baby didn't never look like me, but I'm just a good-hearted person. My heart is so heavy right now.
How I feel about you, that doesn't change about how much my baby loves.
Wait a minute, let's back that up. He says he knew, so hold on, let's go back.
And I knew what was going on, because the baby didn't never look like me, but I'm just a good-hearted person. My heart is so heavy right now.
How I feel about you, that doesn't change about how much my baby loves you.
How old are you?
Okay, so that was a short clip, but I think he found out that the child wasn't his. She made him believe that their child was his, but it really wasn't. Found out that the child wasn't his, and she's still trying to convince him that the child loves him and he should be a part of the child's life. Baby, you can't make it up. That's unfortunate, and you could tell in that guy's voice, his voice was shaking, that he was hurt. He was hurt, and she's still gonna sit here and try to convince him, oh, my baby loves you, but not address the fact that you lied to this man and led him on and made him believe something that wasn't true because you went outside and had a good time with somebody else and got pregnant and tried to force it on him. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but let's continue.
I'm 61.
I'm 60. How long have you been together?
A total of 31 years.
Yeah, we dated for 6 years, then we got married, 25. Yeah.
For half your entire lives, y'all have spent it together.
I've never looked at it that way, but you're right. Yeah, absolutely, half our lives.
How does one make a relationship last 30 plus years?
Part of it is just learning that person. Know what not to say, what not to push, and learning to compromise.
She lets me be who exactly I am, and I let her be exactly who she is. If I want to act stupid or do something crazy or all of my, my shortcomings, she loves me in spite of, and the same. I just let her be, and she lets me be.
Where do you think most modern day couples struggle to keep it together?
Nobody's willing to compromise. Nobody's willing to say, okay, I'm not even gonna fuss over that little bit of thing. That's just a minor thing.
If he liked another girl's picture on Facebook, you wouldn't give him too much of a hard time for it?
Absolutely not, because he's with me. And if I like the guy's picture, people are like, oh, okay, because he knows I'm with him. My heart is with him.
Some people aren't as fortunate to have examples like we did. Her mom and dad are married 60 plus years still together. My parents are deceased, but they were married like 60 years before they passed away, so we don't really have an excuse.
One thing he said to me before we got married is divorce is not an option. Whatever we go through, whatever happens, we can work it out, and we will work it out.
I think we confuse marrying the one with becoming the one.
Jamal, hold on, wait. You got to bless the people of God. Let me brace myself for it, and I'll teach.
I can't find the right one. He ain't got this, he ain't got that. And they're expecting what takes 30, 40 years to happen in 3 dates. God did not say marry the one. He said they shall become one flesh. That become is a lifetime journey of ups, downs, pains, traumas. We are not talking about something that is easy. Love is hard. You are marrying an imperfect person. As a husband and as a wife, your job is to help heal your spouse's wound, and you got to learn how to work with your spouse's weaknesses. When you marry your spouse, you are marrying their past, their present, and their future.
Listen. No lies detected with that. I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't want to have to deal with. You like I said before, you got to accept the person that you're with. If you're dating somebody and you get to know them, you got to accept the good, the bad, the ugly. If that's the person that you want to be with. It's not about how much money you make and all these other superficial things and what you could do for me. No, y'all gonna naturally build together once you're together. That becomes a part of the package. That becomes a part of it. But I don't care how you try to slice it, which way you try to go, there's definitely going to have to be compromise. This is why I say, hey, marriage is work, relationships is work. But if you are committed to making it work, you'll make it work. That's how you make it work. You embrace the fact that you made a commitment to this person, that you're loyal to that person, no matter how hard it may become or how, things, your ups and downs, life situations, you have made a pact with this person to say, you know what, we're going to go through life together. Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Maybe you don't want to listen to me, or I don't want to listen to you. Maybe, I got an attitude or whatever it is. At the end of the day, your commitment is to that person, and you're going to work through it. Y'all going to figure it out, till the end. That's what it's all about, because you say you love the person, so you love them. That means you got to love every part of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You knowing that you can't change them. It takes a willingness for both parties to come together and say, hey, yeah, we're going to work on this. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to make you into something else, because even if you did that, that wouldn't work, because you really don't want that. It's just an idea of something. This is why I say a lot of people have an idea of what they want a spouse to look like, and they done conjured it up in their minds and in their heads, and this is what they go for. And if they can't find that specific thing, they want nothing. And this is why a lot of people miss out on healthy relationships and stable, lasting relationships, because you're looking for something that's unrealistic and unreal, and you just end up with nothing. So that would be my, advice to any person looking for a stable marriage and relationships, is to understand, listen, get to know the person that you're trying to get to know. Get to know them. Don't try to change them into what you think they should be, because that's never going to work. If you care about them and you want to be with them, you got to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly, and know within yourself if the good, the bad, and the ugly is something that you can deal with and tolerate. Nobody said relationships are supposed to be easy. And a lot of modern day women think that a relationship is supposed to be everything that they want it to be. Whatever they think it is supposed to be, that's what you're supposed to measure up to. And that's just not realistic whatsoever. So listen, I'm going to leave it here. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.